It's been more than a month since the governor shut down schools and non-essential businesses across our state, and later this morning he's expected to extend the order, which would have expired on Monday. King 5's Amy Moreno is live in Seattle now with more. Amy, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, the governor said earlier this week that public health data is leading him to want to extend this stay-at-home order. He said there's just too many new cases, deaths, and there's just not enough testing to allow everything just to open back up again. Now, it was more than 5 weeks ago when bars, restaurants, hair salons, schools, and just so many other things had to shut down. As this has gone on, there has been some growing frustrations and even protests. One business owner we talked with yesterday, he runs a tree service and said he's still been able to operate by tying some of his work to the timber industry. Peter Diaz has actually printed out signs and is openly encouraging businesses to fight back and restart their operations.
Open your doors. We, the people, have the power. They have no right or no power to shut us down.
Now, he hopes other businesses will join him in getting back to work and says he's not worried about fines, tickets, losing his business license. He's willing to take this to court if necessary. Now, we are going to hear from the governor later this afternoon at 2:30. Now, we also expect to hear a plan for a phased-in approach to open the economy safely. That's the governor's description. There is talk that parts of the state that have less cases may have more restrictions easing a little bit sooner, but we haven't heard that for sure. We expect to hear more later this afternoon, and we will carry that for you on King 5. We're live this morning in Magnolia. Amy Moreno, King 5 News.
Thank you, Amy. Governor Inslee has already eased restrictions on some things like construction, allowing crews to get back to work on existing job sites. Took a few days for most contractors to get new safety requirements in place. We caught up with a crew that was wearing masks, gloves, and eye protection and is working to stay at least 6 feet apart.
Working under some pretty strict modifications, but we think it's super important that we follow that to the T. We definitely don't want any kind of interruption in the workflow again.
The Building Industry Association of Washington estimates the month-long shutdown cost $690 million in lost wages for construction workers.
Well, gubernatorial candidate and anti-tax activist Tim Eyman is filing a lawsuit against Governor Inslee today. He says the governor's orders are unconstitutional because they are basically designating who is essential and who is not essential. Eyman plans to file the Everyone is Essential lawsuit at the Tacoma Courthouse today in the noon hour. Also this morning, a court in Skagit County will decide whether Washington state should impose emergency safety rules for farm workers. Farm workers advocates are suing to make sure adequate social distancing and safety measures are enforced. They're concerned if workers did get sick, they wouldn't be able to pay the hospital bills. The health department says it's working with the governor's office and others to address worker health safety needs.
It's really stressful. It's stressful every single day.
It is a feeling shared by hundreds of thousands of people out of a job here in Washington right now. New numbers estimate 1 in 5 Washingtonians is out of work. The state is swamped. Last week, the Employment Office took in 10,000% more jobless claims than this time last year. The state is now processing nearly 1.5 million filings. The hardest hit areas are in the Puget Sound region. While most counties reported hundreds of thousands of claims, King, Pierce, and Snohomish counties reported tens of thousands just last week. City leaders on Mercer Island are laying off more than 60 employees. The Seattle Times reports the city is facing a $5.6 million budget deficit because of issues caused by the pandemic.
Well, maybe millions of Americans are finding some relief in those stimulus checks, but one Vancouver, Washington woman says she didn't get her check because of her husband's immigration status. As Kyle Laboshi explains this morning, it's because of a provision written into Congress's relief package.
Kat Villegas found the love of her life in 2011. A year later, they married and eventually built a family together. But like a lot of Americans, the Vancouver woman found her life turned upside down by the coronavirus pandemic. She lost her job and hoped the federal stimulus check would help her family get by. But the money never arrived. Instead, the IRS denied payment.
I did not believe that it could be true. I never imagined that my government would see me as any less than any other American citizen.
A little-known provision in the coronavirus relief package denies stimulus checks to U.S. citizens married to undocumented immigrants. In Kat's case, she would have received $1,200 to help cover her bills and a $500 bonus for her son. Instead, they got nothing.
It's unacceptable to assume that my government would draw distinctions between which citizens have more value than others.
For Kat, it's especially painful because her husband is on a path to citizenship. He's got a work visa, a Social Security number, and a wife and child that are American citizens.
He's here, he works, he goes to college. He enjoys everything about the American life except for the American freedom of knowing our security for the future.
At least 2 federal lawsuits have been filed seeking an injunction blocking restrictions on stimulus payment. It's estimated nearly 1.2 million American citizens are married to undocumented immigrants. Many of them are families like Kat's, struggling to get by in this crisis with no help from the federal stimulus fund.
I'm an American citizen. My son is an American citizen, and we have no less value than anyone else who is.
Kyle Aboshi, KGW News.
Also in some business news this morning, Amazon now says it will allow thousands of employees to work from home through October if they need to. According to messages sent to employees, working from the office will be an option if Governor Jay Inslee's office gives the okay.